This is going to be your daily tarot guidance reading. So this will be for April the 23rd, 2018. So this is for Monday, April the 23rd. So I'm just going to call on Most High, Divine Spirit, Divine Creator to tap into the energy for Monday for all those who are meant to receive this message. Divine Spirit is for highest guidance, truth, and clarity, and that whomever is meant to receive this message may be received with divine truth, clarity, and love and healing. Thank you. What are the major energies that surround the collective for Monday, April 23rd, 2018? Okay. So we got the Nine of Cups, the Judgment card, the Strength card, the Chariot. We got a lot of majors coming out. All right. And the Knight of Cups. And the bottom card is Miss Queen of Cups. So we have a lot of water energy. We have the Nine of Cups, which is Pisces. We have the Judgment card, which is Scorpio. Cancer, which is, or the Chariot card, which is Cancer. So we have a lot of water energies, including the King of, or the Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. With the exception of Leo with the Strength card. So we got a lot of emotional energies, lustful energies. It doesn't have to be lustful in a sexual context. It could be, you know, any desires. It could be a passion for something. It could be being very goal-oriented. I believe that the moon right now is in Leo. So we're in a waxing phase, or is it a waning phase? I want to see. I always have to look at things because I feel like Spirit speaks in a way that is quite clear. So if I said it, it's got to be for a reason. So I'm going to check my moon app. It's a waxing moon in Leo. If you guys can see that, it's in Leo. And it gives you the energies that you'll experience. So during this time, most of us are energetic, romantic, and superficial. So that explains why we have all of these watery energies. The Strength card being the most energetic, maybe the, you know, superficial on the downside of things. Leos can be quite superficial. That's the flip side of their sign. But usually they're very confident. Then you have the goal-oriented energy with the Chariot card. So overall, though, Nine of Cups, we're focusing on what feels right to us, what feels good to us, what we want out of life, what we desire out of life, what makes us happy, who makes us happy. It's all about making ourselves feel good in any way possible. So it's more about seeking your own bliss and your own happiness, and maybe specifically certain goals, big goals, I feel. With all of these major arcana cards, the challenge with this energy is judgment. Okay, so in a way, you might not be in your most righteous place of mind or your most stable, you know, you might be slightly imbalanced because everything is about what you want right now and what feels good, what tastes good, what smells good, you know, what looks good. It's all about these things, what sounds good. But the truth is, it's like the truth is always going to stand. And your truth is here. And it could be reminding you of something, you know, past energies, you know, and you might not want to see those things. It's like an alarm code from the universe. And you might not want to open up to that. Like, you might want to shut that energy down. Maybe you can't hear this judgment. But I feel like it's very loud and clear. It's just a matter of, will you tap into this energy? You know, will you hear what Spirit has to say, or what people are showing you as Spirit speaks through people or speaks through the actions of others or certain circumstances or energies? Are you paying attention to it all, or is it just about me, and what I want? The Lust card, which is the Strength card, this is your suggested approach, okay? So your approach to this energy, I feel like be in that state of confidence. Spirit wants you to carry a little bit of that energy of confidence and assertiveness. But be sure to leave the ego behind, because when you're in this state, it's easy to get the wires crossed between what we truly believe in and what we truly want and what we stand for, versus it's all about me and what I want. I don't care, because the passion, the desire is so strong that you kind of overlook things. So underneath the surface, you got to kind of look beyond just what is on above the surface, because what's underneath the surface, it could be healthy and it could be unhealthy. But I feel like it's at least looking at things from a deeper perspective, because that's what the judgment card is all about. It's, speaking of things from a truth and a place of depth, much like Scorpio. Scorpio energy is all about the subconscious and the hidden energy, that things that are unseen versus, surface level things. So this could also be, being mindful of superficiality, but your focus is chariot card. So your suggested focus is being in alignment with your goals. Spirit never said to not focus on your goals. It could be the way that we proceed in the things that we want, how we stand up for ourselves. Are we being egotistical? Are we being irrational in how we express ourselves to the world? Are we being controlling, or are we being assertive and being balanced in our expression of who we are or what we want? Are we cutting people's throats to get to the top, or are we working our way to the top? Are we doing what we got to do within ourselves to get to where we need to be or what we want? Are you hurting other people to make yourself feel better? Are you seeking temporary pleasures in life? It's all these things to take into consideration wherever you fall. But Spirit never said that you can't be goal oriented, you can't be focused, you can't be ambitious. But I feel like it's with balance, because Spirit is driving the wheel. So you got to be in a balanced place with those two horses. In this case, they're like sphinx or something. I don't know what these things are. They're not actually sphinx, but they're like statues, Egyptian statues. So it's like it represents the polar opposite. So it could be the heart and the mind. It could be, your ego, your higher self. It could be two different paths, two different decisions. Whatever it is, it's like you have to find that balance in order for Spirit to drive the energy. If you're coming from an imbalanced place, Spirit doesn't know where to take things. Spirit knows better than what we know the path ahead. So it's like we gotta be in a place of focus. We can't be, I believe it in my heart, but my head is telling me I can't do it. Or, I want something, but I'm going to do things to hurt people to get it. You have to be in alignment with Spirit at the end of the day, with your truth, with your heart. Spirit saying to focus on nurturing your dreams, but how you do it, make sure it's in a balanced way. The conclusion of this energy is the Knight of Cups. So you're still going to follow your heart and where it's leading you. That's the ultimate thing, is you're going to continue to follow it no matter what. As long as you're nurturing the right things, you're on the right track. But nonetheless, I feel like your heart is guiding you, or at least your emotions are guiding you, whether these be of your highest good or not. It's pretty much up to the person. It's your free will choice. The cards can't tell you your future per se. It can only give you a map of what is to come, or the possibilities of things to come if you take certain paths or if you take certain advice. It's a possibility. It's never telling you exactly. So nonetheless, it's following your heart. It's following what you feel. That's the outcome, the biggest conclusion of this whole energy. So I'm going to use the energy oracle for the love energy reading. So this is matters. Ooh, that card flew out. Oh, okay. Okay. These cards are like, I'm going to fall, you guys. My goodness. I almost freaking fell and broke my neck. Okay, so Door to Value was the first card that flew out, and Walking Away was the second card. Spirit got some stuff to say, I guess, because it's, oh my God, I almost broke my damn neck doing that to get these cards. Usually I just be like, okay, all right, they're gone. They don't need to be here, I guess. But anyway, I felt felt like it was a good card. So I'm like, I gotta pick this shit up. I gotta get it. A man holding a heart. I can't take all these, Spirit, but show me two more cards. Two more cards. The matters of love, relationships, and partnerships for April 23rd, 2018. These cards don't want to come out now. They're just like, whatever. They don't really, oh, there we go. Thank you. Door to spirit and hostilities with community at the bottom. Anywho, so you have number 31, door to value, which is essentially number 4 in numerology. So something in relation to your finances, obviously, with the money, the dollar bills flying out the door or coming in the door, either way it goes. This could be things, obviously the key word is value here. So like I said, the dollar bills could either be flying out of the door, they could be coming in. So these are about things that are really valuable. Are these things that you want to welcome in, or are these things that simply just need to be let go of? Because it's that saying, like, all money isn't good money. So not every situation, not every relationship, matters of the heart, you know, things that our heart is invested in, sometimes they may not be of our highest benefit. Sometimes we don't really gain much out of it. You know, is the price for certain things valuable? Is it worth it? You got to kind of remember that, and I feel like that's what Spirit is saying. It could be that you guys are kind of either put yourself in this perspective, am I gaining something valuable or am I losing my value? I feel like that's what Spirit's saying, to put things into perspective, because it could be either or. It doesn't have to just be this or that. It's one of them, if that makes sense. It could even be both energies combined in a sense. Are you receiving valuable relationships, but you're also losing value in other relationships or other things? Like, your heart can be invested in a certain community of people. You might feel so attached to, you know, being in service to certain things that you start to lose yourself. You might need to step back, or a job, or a relationship, a friendship, whatever it is. You have walking away as your obstacle. So you do have a hard time with letting go of some of these things, because these things have some sort of value, but is it just chump change, or is it real true investments? Is it, because money comes and goes, and that's like the thing about certain situations. You have to look at certain friendships or relationships like they come and they go. If they're worth anything, you know, the value will always be there. That energy will, the currency will always be balanced, and it will always be equal and reciprocated. It will never just be me just giving, or someone just taking, or me just taking, and someone's always just giving. If it's that type of energy, even if it's a job, a community that you know, you've been involved in, a state of mind or a belief that you've been dealing with, whatever it is that you've put a lot of energy into, it's hard to kind of step away from things that you've invested a lot of energy into. And even you might even feel guilty sometimes when someone's invested a lot into you, even though you don't feel like you're not obligated. No one else is obligated. No one owes us anything. We don't owe anyone anything either. So it just goes both ways. But I feel like it's a hard thing to disconnect from certain things, but you have to put everything in perspective. What am I gaining out of this? And not in a codependent or egotistical, what can you do for me, gimme energy. It's more about true value. Value that really sticks. Not something that's frivolous and just blows away in the wind, because, you know, certain people and certain things, they're not meant to stay in our life, and when they leave, we feel bad because that energy of something rejecting us, or something, you know, missing something because it's no longer in your surroundings. But what did it really give to you? And that's how you have to look at things sometimes. Or if it's, you know, if I have to cut something off, or I have to leave this job, or I have to leave a relationship, or whatever it is that you're being guided, you gotta look and leave it behind gracefully. And it's a hard message to hear. Like, who wants to hear that you have to leave something behind? But only when you're looking at when you're looking at the lower perspective of things, is it a bad thing? And it's like, but if you look at it from the higher perspective of things, nothing that's ever removed out of your life or anything that you feel calls to let go of is necessarily a loss. It's simply, something that has ended. It served its purpose, and it's only allowing more room for something bigger to come in, or something newer and something more elevated to come into your life. And there's nothing wrong with that, or just simply the vibration between you and this thing, or you and this person or these people don't match anymore. There's nothing wrong with that. But a man holding a heart is your suggested approach. So your suggested approach is, I feel like Spirit saying that you have to listen to what your heart is saying. Your heart is your compass. It is your key. This is a very important factor. So it's like, for some of you, it could be someone holds your heart, and whether you move towards that person because that's what your heart wants too, or you're only moving towards something because you feel obligated, or is someone only moving closer to you because they feel obligated? Are they only giving their heart because they feel obligated? Or do they really have it to give, and do they really want to give it? Do you really have it to give? Do you really want to give it? If it's not a person, then it's a situation, it's an energy. It could be a hobby, it could be a goal, it could be a career choice, a path, a charity, whatever it is it really coming from the truth of your heart? And that's the approach that you have to take, is your heart is guiding this whole thing. And if it sounds too cliche to say your heart's guiding you, then your emotions, your inner knowing is guiding you. It's your compass. Your biggest focus, or your suggested focus, is door to spirit. So your suggested focus is going to be, I feel like, being open to the messages that divine spirit has for you. Because like I said in the previous reading, you had the judgment card, and it's very hard to hear spirit sometimes when we're too focused on what you want all the time. And spirit's not saying that we can't have what we want, but sometimes certain things that we want are not good for us. I can say all day, I want 5 cupcakes. But let's be realistic. Not to say I can't have those 5 cupcakes, but are they going to serve me later? Probably not. They're not that beneficial to my health. That's way too much sugar, right? There's a number of things that those 10 cupcakes can do to me in one night. For one, I'm gaining hella weight, a lot of calories, diabetes off the yin yang, a sore tooth potentially, sluggish energy. So we can say we want this and we want that, and it's not that we can't have it, but is the cost worth it? And because spirit can see much more better than we can, and our higher selves can too, but it's like we even shut that off sometimes. Like, we don't want to hear the higher self, what it has to say and what it wants and what it knows best for us. It's like our ego was like, oh no, I got this, you can't tell me anything, I don't want to hear what you have to say. And sometimes we hate it or we love it. We really hate it when we want to hear the best advice from people, when it feels good to us, when it feels yummy inside, and when we hear what we want to hear. But as soon as someone's speaking something to us that we know is true, but it doesn't benefit our ego, we don't want to hear it anymore. We get hella defensive. So therefore we shut down. And just know that spirit doesn't only speak through synchronicities. They don't only speak through dreams and stuff like that. They speak through people, and sometimes people that you at least expected. It could be a little kid that just says something and you're just like, where did that come from? Or it could come from someone that you respect. But it's like spirit comes in all forms, and we have to be open to hearing not only our higher selves, but spirit in different forms, because we could be missing something very beneficial, and that's what spirit's telling you to focus on. Hostilities as your conclusion. Conclusion is going to be that either you're going to cut something out of your life, or someone else will, or spirit will. If you feel like you need help with what it is that you need to clear and let go of within yourself or within a situation or people, you can call Archangel Michael to help you. But I do feel like this is a cause and the effects energy, that if you don't cut what's out of alignment with you, because I feel like you have an awareness of things that you need to cut out of your life that does not it's not in sync with you. It doesn't harmonize with your energy anymore. But if it's like the Tower card, I call the Tower card like the eviction notice card, because it's like the Tower, we're rebuilding this whole thing. This building is old, it's shitty, it's built on a, a shaky ground. We need to rebuild this thing. You got such and such date to get all of your stuff out of here. And sometimes we hear the message from spirit and we're just like, oh, I still got some time to do this. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe they'll change their mind about tearing this tower down. Maybe. And then you just go on about your way until spirit is like, I told you it was time to move out. And when things fall apart and it's just like, why did it have to happen like that? It's because, oh, I didn't pay attention to my intuition, or I didn't take what spirit said seriously, what I knew I needed to do. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting, because some people are, you know, hostile and they're real guarded and real defensive, and it's like, I'm not giving up on this thing, or I'm not letting go of this or that. How dare this person do that to me? How dare this person say this to me? You know, I've been working here for 10 years. I work my butt off. I want to be a supervisor so bad. I'll stay in this job just because, even though I know that it's not worth anything, but not really realizing that you can be a supervisor at a job that better suits you. But it's like your ego was like, no, I've been here too long. I want to be a supervisor here because that's what my ego wants. And spirit is like, but this job ain't shit. Like, you could be doing something that you really want to do in life and be the boss there. Be your own boss in your own business. But we don't want to hear that. Or, you know, your friend is like, you know what? Something about this person, this friend, I don't like that friend for you. You need to watch out for that friend. Or, you know, your man, I don't know if I trust him. I seen something on social media I didn't like. Oh, I don't want to hear it. Even though you know inside that this friend is not good for you. This friend is negative, or this friend is using you. This man, you know he's up to no good because you already got it in your gut, like, I don't trust this person, or this woman, I don't trust them. But still you hang around and you stick it out because you don't want anybody to, you don't want to be lonely. Sometimes people don't want to break up with people because they don't want to be by themselves. They don't want anybody to say I told you so. They don't want somebody else to have him or her. You know, number of stupid things that we do. We all been there. I've been there. And we stay in these things, and spirit is like, okay, I got you. You know you ain't supposed to be with him or her, but okay. You know what? You know you're not supposed to be at this job. You know what? I'm going to lay everybody off in your department. And then what are you going to do? Find another job. You know this man ain't shit. So what am I going to do? I'm going to show you, yeah, he's cheating on you, and I'm going to do it in the worst way. Yeah. You know, that's how it happens sometimes, and it has to happen that way for us to just let it go. And I feel like that's it. However, spirit wants to show us that it happens all the time. Spirit does it to me all the time because I'm a stubborn person. So I know how that energy works. I can admit it because I'm an adult and I'm not perfect. So I can admit my ego's silly mistakes and control over things. Alright, so let's do a pick a card with the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. I'm going to pull 3 cards out of this deck, and you can choose whichever number or card that resonates with you. So I'm going to ask Divine Spirit to speak through these cards with truth, guidance, and clarity, and love, and insight, and healing for those who are supposed to receive a message from these cards, Divine Spirit. Whenever they watch this reading, may this message speak to them. Alright. I feel like Spirit's like, that's enough. Okay, here's deck 1. Here's deck 2. And here's deck 3. Got some cards in the way. Okay, deck 1, deck 2, and deck 3. So, whichever one resonates with you, and I'll go ahead and pull them in a moment. Okay. Card number 1. So those of you who were drawn to this card, you have discovering the truth. You stand in the light of truth. With cleansing waters, purification activates vibrant life force. Okay, so we're going to look at discovering truth. see what that card is about. Okay, so discovering truth. The card meaning says, listen to the wisdom that rises from your soul, even if those around you do not agree. Trust your instincts. Be yourself, whatever the situation, and respond from the authentic place inside. Be starkly honest with yourself. Speak your truth. Live your truth. Walk your talk. Listen to your inner guidance and follow it. You radiate the energy of truth to others so that they can find their truth. The sacred traveler wants you to know, if you are facing a decision and your mind says one thing and your heart says another, follow the dictates of your heart and you'll be on the right path. If you get a nudge to speak to someone or go in a particular direction, don't hesitate. Follow the guidance. On your journey, others may indicate what path you should take and why. You can listen to their advice. However, if your heart indicates another way, follow that. There's a place inside of yourself that allows the truth, or that always knows the truth. Take time to be still, to discover the genuine place of knowing within. Often the hardest thing about living your truth is discovering what it is. So it's important to slow down, be quiet, and listen to the whispers of your soul. If there's an area of your life in which you're not being authentic or where you're not integrity with your values, this is the time to make some changes. Okay? All right. Card number 2. Journey by Moonlight. Believe in magic. This is the first time I've ever saw this card. In the flow, everything is smooth sailing. Okay? So let's see. Journey by Moonlight. What's the message behind that one? Let's see. It's a cute card, actually. Okay, so card meaning, magic is all around you. Spiritual dimensions and mystical realms are only a thought away. The veil is thin right now between you and the realm of the fairies, elves, angels, and spirit beings. It is indeed a magical universe, and the key to opening the doors to these realms is to trust. Even if you can't see, trust that you are being supported in mysterious and wondrous ways. All is not as it seems. Trust your intuition and those nudges from spirit. Believe. Okay, the sacred traveler wants you to know, when traveler journeys by moonlight, mystical beings emerge and magic abounds in the depth of the enchanted forest. Even though the traveler can't see clearly, he trusts the blessings and supports are being showered over him and his life. The key to having miracles transpire in your life is to believe in magic and trust that you are supported by unseen beings in accordance with your higher good. All right. Card number 3. You have Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. And then you have Stepping into your power. You are strong beyond measure. All right, let's see what your card is. Gates of Triumph. Okay. Card meaning says, the gates of triumph are waiting to open deep and wide for you. Inner and outer success is coming your way. Thriving is a state of mind. Accept that you can't that you can't reach any goal you desire. Accept that you can reach any goal you desire. And even more victories will expand in your life. The more you feel it, the more love, prosperity, fame, and fortune will pour into your life. The sacred traveler wants you to know, arriving in a foreign hamlet, wreaths of flowers are placed around the sacred traveler's soldiers. The townspeople celebrate and honor the traveler. The village elders know the challenge faced and overcome are welcoming with open arms. If a situation knocks you over, get up and brush yourself off and discover what you learned. You aren't a failure if you fall down, only if you stay down. So keep going and believe in yourself. This is what true success is. Acknowledge your accomplishments in life. They are more than you imagine. Victory, good fortune, and triumph are at hand. All right, so blessings to you. Much love. You guys, if you're interested in personal readings, Most definitely visit my website, waluchildreadings.com. Just be sure to sign up before purchasing out on a reading. If you guys would like an emergency reading, which if you're impatient and you can't wait for the typical time frame for my readings, in dire need of an emergency reading, you guys can purchase one with me and receive it within 24 hours. If you guys just need a reading at any time, just a quick mini reading, a quick question, or you have a quick, like multiple questions you just want to ask here and there throughout the day, whenever, every day, that's fine. You guys can hit me up on Instantgo, which is a mobile app for iPhone users only for now. Also, I'm running a birthday special for my fellow Tauruses, sun signs only. So if you are a Taurus sun or you know a Taurus sun, hook yourself up or hook your loved one up with a birthday reading for yourself or themselves. It's very affordable. It's available now until May the 21st, 2018. So anything you need to know will be in the description box below. I appreciate you guys so much. Much love to you guys. Until the next reading. Peace.